Hi, Zachary. I'm Wanda. And I want to thank you for your post this week that you entitled The Holy Spirit, Evil, and the Church. This week's reading was good because it takes us to a point deeper in what God is trying to do for us and how He helps us. He aids us through His Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit helps us to make the right decision to walk a path that God has designed for us, that we know we're not stray. And a lot of times through disobedience and not wanting to remain humble, we lose sight of that. And in counseling, we cannot help others without the guiding of the Holy Spirit. We can't do this on our own. When it comes to evil in society today and the suffering of the world, we all know it's because of sin. But some people get upset because they say if God is a God of love, why does He allow this? In following God, God does not promise us that the road will be easy. We know that sin is the cause of all the ill effects of the world. But in our struggles and sufferings, the Holy Spirit can help us. He can lead us to God if we open our hearts and our minds to the Holy Spirit. When it comes to the church, I've always heard as a child, even now as an adult, I still hear the part of the church being classified as a hospital for sick people. But my way of thinking is that even in hospitals, people do get well eventually. So I feel like, for the most part, some churches are not doing the full work of God. People are suffering. There are people who need help. People who have mental disorders, who are broken. And in their brokenness, a lot of times the church cannot help because they are not equipped to help. And that's where we come in as perspective or as Christian counselors to do the work of God to help someone else. I like what Collins said on page 170. He says, and I will read it, he states that the Christian counselor who seeks to be guided by the Holy Spirit will be led in every area of life, including what we do or say in counseling. This does not make training of no importance. The Spirit works through our training and our personalities to change the lives of counselees, even when they and we are aware of His influence. So, in closing, we must remember that without this Holy Spirit, we will walk blind. So we just have to keep praying and asking God to open our hearts and mind, help us to obey the Holy Spirit, because God gave us the Holy Spirit to help us along this way. Again, thank you. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.